Hello there, Jeff Barton. It's Friday the 12th of May and spoiler alert, snarky Jeff is back. And that's because you're sending us some pretty snarky stuff as well. Three things. Let's talk about those Key Stage 2 tests that have been happening this week. In particular, let's talk about the reading paper. Then let's talk about the kind of things you've been phoning us as hotline about this week. And then let's try and put a smile on your face with a Friday Frontline Funny at the end of it. These Key Stage 2 tests, whatever you might think about Key Stage 2 tests, what we want is that they are accessible to young people so that young people can do their very best in them. And someone who's a former leader of a school is now currently, as he puts it, helping the organisation of the Year 6 tests in a brilliant primary school in North Norfolk. I've supported this school since my retirement from senior leadership. I've rarely seen, he says, such dismay from the wonderful staff as at that reading test on the 10th of May. They are utterly distraught for the children they care for because of the tests given to the youngsters. We've got a follow-up meeting with the school testing agency on Monday. Tiff Harris, you know, looks after our primary leaders. It's our biggest category of growing membership at the moment. So all of those messages received loud and clear. Let's see what we can do in terms of how that's now going to be addressed through the moderation process. Okay, but that doesn't help those people, does it? It doesn't help that school. It doesn't help those children who felt completely disempowered by a text which was feeling entirely inappropriate. That appears to be the message you're giving us. Secondly, hotline. As you know, Rachel Burtonshaw looks after the hotline along with the team. Those issues are then passed on to our field officers and regional officers and, if necessary, to our lawyers. That's the kind of process behind the scenes. But the first point of that is you phone Joe, you phone Varsha on our hotline and you say, I need to speak to somebody. So these are the issues you've been asking to talk to us about this week. First one is something we've seen growing as a trend recently. We talked about it on Tuesday, I think, as well as the kind of behaviour issues that we have talked about in school. A lot of that social contract where you could rely on parents backing you up, that's become more fragmented, and certainly in hotline this week we've seen more of an issue around that. Secondly, conditions of service. Just a reminder, your conditions of service are not fixed. If you move from one school to another school, one academy to another academy, one trust to another trust, remember that we have got a free contract checking service. If you're going to be on a new contract, just get someone with expertise to look over it for you so that you don't get caught out with changes in, for example, holiday entitlements, etc. All of that's a free service. It's something which has come up this week through our hotline. And finally, through hotline, restructures, lots of restructures and all the anxiety they bring with them at the moment. So you've been pretty snarky and pretty understandably about that. So let's finish with a Friday Frontline Funny, something I read in The Guardian. A former colleague, back in the days when you could just write very short reports, wrote a one-word report on a pupil. Idle was what it said. The head said that this was really not enough and he must write more. So the teacher did write more. He inserted the word bone. That's it from us. We will be back next Tuesday. A weekend beckons. I hope you get some time off this weekend. All the detailed stuff about everything, including the prospect of industrial action, is all in the email version today. As always, if you need us, hotline team are here. If you just want to tell us stuff, tell us at ascl.org.uk. You have a bone idle weekend. All the best.